What's up, you guys? Chet-Guthrie, the Dream Poet here, coming to you all from a rather overcastish day. I think it'd be overcastish. I know we're finally heading out of summer. It's about late August. We're getting into September finally. Because not long after that, I can start doing my haunt season series, and that's always an exciting one. It'll be season 3. But anyway, you guys, what's up? How you all doing today? I'm at the Antiques District here in East Ridge. Yes, the East Ridge Antique District. It's a big, giant cluster of big antique stores here in the Chattanooga area, and they have some really amazing stuff. I actually grew up coming down here. My family, I guess you could say, we're just those kind of people. And maybe that's why I have so much influence in getting things that are rather unique and obscure. I think a lot of that inspiration came from this series of series of antique stores. There we go. So anyway, guys, we're gonna get inside. We're gonna check out the awesome things that are here in these antique stores. So without further ado, you guys, let's get to it. And we are going to start out this really awesome adventure here at the Crazy Daisy Antiques and Uniques. Also, I don't think we're that far from the airport, because there goes a jetliner. You can hear it all the way from down here. Now, this isn't for sale, but I find this really cool. But this is a Stingray, a Corvette Stingray, one of the classics. Don't know whose it is, but that thing is absolutely gorgeous. And speaking of cars and whatnot, here is this giant jack, dude. Check this out. That jack is huge. You know, typically you use them to jack up cars and whatnot, but this thing, I've never seen one that big before. That thing has to probably lift up a semi-truck at least. And here's another cool thing that you do not see anymore. This is an old school toy. One of those old school toys, you know, 5-year-olds would roam around in. It's even got the gears inside. However, it looks like it is on layaway, but that is really cool just to see one of those. I think that's from about the 70s, I believe. And that is a very, very cool little pony thing. I think it would either carry around a kid in a pony would carry it around, or a goat. I think it might be a pony. But right beneath it, I don't really know what this is, but it's on wheels. It's cast iron. I wonder what it says it is. Arcade manufacturer, walk dolly. Oh, it's an old school dolly. That has to be at least from the 30s. And I don't know if this is supposed to be a frog or a person. I think it's supposed to be a person. Although, check out the ant on the bicycle. Looks like you can put some pottery in there, some flowers in the back. It reminds me a lot of the groovy zoo and yard art that's down in Mineral Bluff, Georgia. Alrighty, guys, let's get inside, shall we? And here is the first awesome display case of some of these really cool pieces of history that this antique store has. Although I think the Minions, I think that's from a newer age. By the way, check out the gnome. 2000, it worked. I think that's from the when everybody thought the world was going to go up in smoke in the year 2000. They have a really cool dinosaur too. I don't know where that toy comes from. Other than that, that is pretty cool looking. What else do they have here? They've got a really cool Dilophosaurus, the Jurassic Park version, not the real life version. Some old school dinosaur toys right here too. That's probably from about the 80s, I'd say. And where would we be without the dragons? And oh my goodness. There's a lot of awesome stuff here. Here are a lot of old school video games. Looks like they've got PS2, they've got Xbox, PS3, that's still slightly oldish. But here, they have an old school Sonic game for the Sega Genesis. And then, oh wow, and they even have a Street Fighter too. That is cool. That is old. And this is from my time. Well, actually a lot of these are from my time. Xbox 360 games, football, golf, NES games right here. Looks like Star Trek. And here are some GBA games and Game Boy Color games. Again, I will tell you, I have many, many happy, fond memories of playing Pokemon as a kid. And, oh wow, some old PS1 controllers. This is a lot of Hot Wheels. Some of these, I imagine, are pretty darn expensive. Actually, here are some right here that they have on sale. Oh, wow. Look at that one. $35. And for the Speed Demons, $25. Actually, my uncle does a lot of collecting on these, or at least I believe he used to. I know actually he used to have a lot of these. This is just something that you don't really see anymore, especially ones that are, oh wow, $125. Free kids cone. Again, that's, you get more down into the more precious stuff in the collections. And here's another thing from the past, an old school Coke cooler. It says no date, but I'm guessing that's probably from around the 40s or the 50s. Completely redone. It's inside. Huh. Looks like it's practically brand spanking new. And not far from that group of items, there are a few things that have caught my eye that are in this booth. Right. Looks like that. Looks like that's a handmade guitar. Although, I don't think it's supposed to be played. I think it's more for display. At least I'm guessing anyway. And that is really cool. That is a bald eagle made out of tin. Although I don't have $40, that is the most American eagle I think I've ever seen. America. That was really cool. But now let's start making our way down through the antique store a little bit more. Now that is cool. Raw, original 1937. Grant Patton Ice Cream Co. Advent just opened. Chattanooga. So that is awesome. This is from 1937. Very cool piece of history. You don't see that often. Well, but if there's anything about this particular antique mall that I like, is that they always have something new here. I think this is pretty cool. They've got the playing cards. Ace, Queen, King, Jack, and 10. I wonder if they have the others. Probably not. But that is one beautiful Chattanooga painting. And I just noticed this. But this statuette right here, that statuette's got a lot of cake. A lot of cake. Just saying. Every pun intended. Okay, I like the display here. This is awesome. Rock and roll is here to stay. It's record booth. Bogart and Burnham, Harried, Casablanca. Oh, that's an old school classic. I think, yeah, that's Rod Stewart. Okay, I got it right the first time. Awesome. And Injustice. I think that's more of a video game thing. But what else do they have that is record wise. Buy $20, take or $25 worth, take 10% off. Frankie Valley, the Lennon Sisters today. And over here, looks like they've taken some old school records and made pots out of them. No, bowls, record bowls. All of this keeps going and going, and this is just the first store. And I think we're starting to get into the stranger side. Because look at that vintage deer head. Let's get this party started. Yes, I love interesting stuff like this. This is cool. This is definitely a sign that we are to the Halloween season. They have a Grogu. Cool. But they have baby heads. And a troll head. And more baby heads. I guess you could say that the person who owns this booth has a great head on their shoulders. Yes, all jokes aside, this reminds me so much of a roadside attraction. You see, this is why I love this antique mall, you guys. It's because it never gets old. And now we're starting to finally get into the cool stuff that I guess maybe is the reason why I turned out the way I did. Not saying that this stuff is what turned me into the way I did, but y'all know what I'm saying. And by the way, did you all know that this is how the Christmas tree is supposed to be held up? You see, way back in the days of like pre-Germany, pre-Poland, that entire European side of the country, or that entire part of Europe, you see, what they would do is they would cut the tree down, but then they would hang it upside down from their house. And that is the origins of the Christmas tree. Bet y'all didn't know that. They also have crystals. So if you're into like collecting rocks and whatnot, or using them for various purposes, looks like they do have some pretty nice crystals. And I think we're about to make the descent deeper. I think we are entering a world where Halloween is being bypassed and we are going totally into Christmas. Nah, I just think that's really cool. They already have the Christmas stuff out. That is cool. Look at these cool old toy trains. This is from the, I'm guessing probably the 30s or the 40s. That is cool. That is back when they made toys to last. Not like nowadays where you buy one toy and it gets destroyed like 6 months after buying it for your kid. Or me. Yeah, that has happened too. Or check this out. This is an old school crane car. Looks like that Texaco truck is about $40. But I really don't know a whole lot about this. It's probably got a price tag somewhere. I'm just not sure where it's at. And that's something you don't see every day. That is an old school porcelain Silent Chief. This is one of those cool old signs, one of those cool old tin signs. Looks like it's from about the 50s. It's about $225, but I don't have $225. And this one has changed since the last time I was here. Now, I'm guessing it was owned by the same person or group of people a while back, but it looks like it has changed ownership. Looks like they have gone more for the old cabin vibe, or the old tin. That looks like old tin. That is cool. That's an old school curio. Well, I won't say old school curio cabinet, but a record player, record display maybe. Well, I say that. So there's an old school record player right there. And up from there, they have some hides. I believe that's a raccoon hide. Yeah, raccoon hide. And right next to it, they have a skunk hide. Although it looks like that one's $379. But I think the reason why it's so expensive is because they have it in such a large display case. And right across from there, they've got chandeliers and more chandeliers and more chandeliers. But really, the chandeliers aren't the things that have caught my eye in this booth. The thing that's caught my eye is this mandolin. It's $150. It looks like it's in great shape. I don't think it's tuned. I think it might be tuned. It's got a pretty sound to it. That's the important part. Oh, now this is cool. Check out these mule deer antlers. I think that's mule deer. Yeah, that's mule deer. Mule deer have bigger antlers than typical white-tailed deer. Kind of looks like it may have been painted at one time. Okay, now this is really cool. I've said that a lot so far in this video, but this pertains a lot to my experience with video production, especially going back. Why I say that is this is an old school spotlight. You do not see those anymore, and I find it so cool that they have one here for sale for $365. That's if I only have $365. But aside from that, got a lot of cool axes, old school wheel, some old school porcelain signs. Also, axes. I guess you could say I asked you a question. Right across from it, there is also another really cool booth. I'm guessing it's owned by the same people, I suppose, but that's cool. Old school brass bell for Irish setter. Old school, an old school sign, if you will. And this brings me back. This is from the days when I played trumpet in middle school and high school. Yes, I was a band geek. I'd probably say band geek. Now, I will probably have to come by to get one of these just because I've always wanted to get into metalwork. Typically, what you use for these is you heat up the metal. You can use lead, aluminum, what have you, and you can pour it and you can cast things. It's really fun to do. I just have not gotten around to doing it here on my channel. And actually, I saw these up in Cleveland not long ago. These are stone, what do you call them? Anyway, they work a lot like a printing press. You'll put these on paper using a little bit of ink, and that's how the paper would be cast. One of these days I will definitely have to come and get that. I like the old school whistle advertising there. And of course, there is yours truly, old school mirror. But yes, there's me. And I am rocking the Jurassic Park shirt today because it is one of the greats. You know what? I have not seen one of those since I left Florida. I think you use those for crabbing, I believe. And it does appear that they have some old school boxes, like shipping boxes, like the Fabs. Safely washes fine fabrics. For Hostess cakes. That's actually pretty neat with the Hostess cakes. DIY-ola for coloring at home. I think what has my interest the most is this Hotel Talbot sign. First and third, Tuesday, 6:30. I don't know what would be going on at that day at 6:30. Don't know. But here, just beyond that, here are some really other cool things that are here. That's some really cool ironwork, but I don't have $250. And that's really cool. Nashville 5 Jive. That's another old one, or another old relic from a bygone era, if you will. And that is some beautiful stained glass work of the nativity scene. And that is really cool. Here is a skin, a rattlesnake skin that is just hanging overhead. This place has everything. And dude, check this out. It looks like it used to be a part of a Coca-Cola advertisement. It looks like it used to go to something, but someone has pulled it off, whatever it was, and they've taken the Coca-Cola sign and they've salvaged it. I like that. I love it when people have that sense of creativity to really save something that cool, old, and is really, really special. Swordfish. And now this is a great deal of Christmas nostalgia. The Red Ryder BB gun. The carbine action rifle. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out. Let's see what they have around here. Looks like it's a lot of cast iron stuff. If y'all remembered in the last vlog, I went out to South Pittsburgh and we talked a little bit about the history. There is a lot of cast iron history here in East Tennessee. I did not know that until I started doing my research. It's pretty neat. Speaking of neat, somebody has taken a mill saw and they have painted it. But on top of that, they have some snowshoes. Again, something you would probably not see anywhere else in the state of Tennessee. But they have some, and that is cool. Although this bobcat hide is very hard, I think with the right technique, you could probably save it and probably turn it into a really pretty piece of fur. There we go. There's a bar desk. I don't know who Taj Ferrant is, but there is an accordion. And on top of that, I guess we have found a lot of Annabelle's cousins. I'm just gonna step away and I'm gonna pretend that they cannot touch me. Also, like they had outside, they have one of these in here. Again, an old school piece of Americana. And it's like they have a train made out of cast iron. Don't know what how old that would be, but front to back, that's about $85. G.I. Joe. And I guess this guy could never really have a good head. Or no, I got something better. He could never get ahead in life. I guess you could say that he never really had a good head on his shoulders. And now that's really cool. Here is a Smokey and the Bandit's theater poster. Smokey and the Bandit 2 with Burt Reynolds. Good movie. I like the car though. I think that I like the car more than I like the movie. And now this is something that I would never expect to see, but somebody has taken a bluegill and they have gone in and taxidermied it. Now if I had a little extra money today, I would buy that. Just because I have never seen a taxidermied bluegill before. That is a first in my book. And in the same booth, they have something, again, I have never seen, like, ever. Somebody has taxidermied a guard. Dude, I wonder how much that is. $186. I am so very tempted. Well, yeah, that's gonna be another thing for another day. But I'm definitely gonna come back and get that, just because I've never seen a gar taxidermied before. And by the way, they have a trout too, but I've seen a lot of those taxidermied before. Now seeing that gar was really cool, but I think this right here is probably the scariest thing that they have in the antique mall. You see that right there is a wedding dress. And that is what I'm afraid of. Commitment. And remember, you guys, if you ever come out here, they also have layaway. But I have to show you all this. Look at all the fake rings that they have, like for like national championships and stuff, like with college football teams or NFL teams. I don't think they have one for Florida. If they had one for Florida, I'd probably get it. But I hope these Tennessee rings stay there on the shelf for as long as this store is in existence. You see, guys, this place has everything. And this is why I like coming here. So I think we're gonna head to the next store, which they also have a lot of really cool things. And now I do want to note something down here at the East Ridge Antique District. This is probably one of the best stores that they have here at the Antique Mall. However, Easttown Antiques, they are closed Monday and Tuesday. So sadly, as the recording of this video, It is closed. But I'm kind of thinking I might do another video on this in the future. As you all can see, there are several stores. Actually, there's about 7 or 8 of them. So we're going to head to the next as the plane goes by. Keep going straight. Come see us. There's not one there. Antiques this way. Vintage stuff. And more shops this way. Come visit us. Yes, well, that's the Chattanooga Olive Oil Company, but we're here to see the green gardenia. Okay, now the first thing that really catches my eye when I walk in here is this train right here. That is carved out of wood, and it can be yours for about $75. But I do not have $75 today, but I am perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine. And as of the recording this, yes, it is still hot outside, obviously. Okay. Looks like they have a few things that are anime related. I do not know any of those anime characters. I think that's a Golduck on the top left, on the top right, but I really don't know the others. Sorry, I stick to the big four, but then again, the big four hasn't been a thing since 2009. Huh. We've got some shirts, like Dragon Ball. Oh, Tokyo Ghoul, that's where it came from. Oh yeah, and Naruto. This is cool. Kiss. Let's see who he is. Kiss action figures. Oh, Star Child. There's Star Child. And then there's crap, I can't remember his name. Then we've also got sorry, I'm not really great with naming Kiss. Oh, duh, it's got that right there. You got Ace Frehley, you got Star Child, and Gene Simmons. And it looks like they do have their own number. Oh yeah, and Peter Criss. Together they are Kiss. You even got a little E.T. too. Huh. They did not have as much in there as it was when I went there last time, which was just a couple of months ago. Maybe they're just going through and different people are, you know, different different booths. There we go. Different booths are changing out, and maybe they're just getting new people in there. Maybe that's my guess. So you guys, I think we're gonna go to one more place, and I think we're gonna call it a day. And that last one will be Sugar Palm East Ridge, or pardon me, Sugar Plum East Ridge. Yes, that's quite a large sign. And that's also some very interesting ironwork right there as well. A ferry. And speaking of ironwork, I think this is where the ferry on the outside came from, because there's the ferry on the inside. And now I have seen that from somewhere before. I saw something very similar at the Cornbread Festival. Maybe that's the same group. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think, Mr. Elephant? Oh, then that's a really cool light. Check that out. That's an old school bulb right there. Or this. Somebody has taken some spoons and made a windmill out of it. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. And now here's another blast from the past. This is a dollhouse from the 60s. Or, oh, 1950. 1950 is where it came from. It's made out of tin, and you do not see that kind of stuff anymore, dude. That's so neat. looks like you can take it apart. Gives you an idea of what toys were like back in the 50s and the 60s. Okay, now that is really cool. Somebody has taken some horseshoes and they've made a welcome sign out of it. That is some awesome creativity. And the push button. Oh, no, you don't want to press that because it'd snap your fingers. Oh, don't want to think about that too much. And that, oh my goodness, that is such a cool deer skull. It's in pretty decent shape too. It looks like it's only about 75 bucks. And that is cool. Somebody has taken the a train spike and made it into a J. It's J for oh, it's a hanger. It's a hanger. My bad. So like one of those hanger things. And look, there's one of those rocks that puts off all the antidepressant things and whatnot. Pumpkins. But I don't see no pumpkins. Sign, you sit on a throne of lies. But aside from that, look at all these various knickknacks that they have here in this this cubby area. Like you've got some bicentennial quarters. You've got an Abraham Lincoln. You've got some ceramic chess pieces. No, those aren't ceramic. Those are made out of plastic. It looks like there's just a whole bunch of other things on this wall of unknown things that I guess, well, I mean, they've got the pencils. So I guess all these things are just various knickknacks which you can purchase and buy, and I'm guessing that they did this just to be a little bit clean with it. So I guess I just gotta hand it to you guys. Hand, get it because it's a hand. And here in this booth, here are a lot of books. I mean, I'm book smarts, but I don't think I'm this kind of book smarts. I mean, I imagine probably these books have a lot of like historical value, as all books seem to do. Well, there's an old school butter churn. That's the most random thing I think I've ever seen. And I guess you could really say my jokes are handy, like handy, because there's hands. I might have to go to church for that one. And here in this booth, here it looks like there's a few other things. Like a really cool, actually, I like this. I legitimately like this world map. But what I don't like is this creepy coconut face that's just like hiding in the middle of nowhere. Ooh, that's pretty weird and creepy. And I wonder what's in this one, because it's just kind of crooked. Oh, hey, it's Satan. I mean Richard Nixon. Actually, I mean they were kind of both, but don't worry, he got impeached, so we don't have to worry about that, because you know, impeaching a president solves everyone's problems. Oh cool, we finally have some more taxidermy. We've got a bass. So really we should drop the bass. Like, you know, like drop the bass, but bass. Oh dude, check this out. That is from Star Wars Episode 1. And it looks like that is $80. I don't have the $80. But that character in Star Wars was not worth it, because he killed Anakin's mom, or he put Anakin's mom in slavery. And look, I found some toilet paper. And I say, why you always lying? Like lying, but lying, because there's a lion there. Why you always lying? Huh, and there's another bass right there. I guess you could say I'm ready to eat now. But in all seriousness, check this out. Somebody has taxidermied a giant bull. That is something, like, I don't think I've ever seen a cow taxidermied before. Besides the hide. But dude, and that was just hiding there. You see, this place has everything. That was cool. I think I'm gonna have to make another video for another day on this, just because there is so much here. Really, I want to show you guys East Town Antiques. That's the one that you want to go to. That's the one that has all the very interesting things that makes this antique district so awesome. But anyway, guys, I believe I'm going to call this one another vlog for another day. Remember, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Always means a lot. Goes to show that y'all care and that y'all want to see more awesome videos. So without further ado, you guys, this vlog is over.